This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com/Psychetruth.
I have tons of awesome videos already ready for you. You can join me on Amazon Prime Video. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell. Follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration. Hi, it's Julia. Welcome to video number 2 in my 30-day Yoga for Weight Loss program. This video is all about awakening your inner warrior. So if you're new to yoga and you're starting to utilize yoga for your weight loss plan, this video has the poses you need to start to stimulate those calorie torching muscles of your legs and your glutes. We're also going to get you feeling really confident and fit in your body. We're going to begin like we did in the last video, standing. Bring your feet underneath your hips, take your shoulders up towards your ears, roll them back and down. Broaden across your chest, and as you shine your fingertips down to the floor, let your crown lift up to the ceiling. So we're going to take the flow that we introduced in the previous video so that you can continue to build the muscle memory of some of these movements in your body. And it's going to start to improve your circulation and get you motivated and warm for practice. On your inhale, reach the arm up. Good, grab onto your left wrist. On your exhale, side bend. Great, inhale, come up through the center, switch the grip. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up through the center. We'll add the twist on your exhale. Good, inhale, up through center. Other side, exhale, twist. Inhale through center, lift. Take your cactus arm back bend. Good, so we're gonna do that 2 more times. Just continue to increase some warmth in the body. Take a side bend over. Breathe in, lift up, linking breath to movement, side bend, which is really what our vinyasa practice is all about. On your exhale, take a twist. Inhale through center, lift. Exhale, take a twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, back bend. 1 more time, continue to warm up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend. Lift up, breathe in. Open arm twist. Through the center, inhale. Open arm twist. Inhale through the center. Last little back bend, exhale. Good, inhale, reach it up. Take your hands to your heart and let's revisit chair. Sit back down into your heels. So booty goes straight back. Now zip in the low belly and take your hands to your heart. So as I turn to the side, you'll be able to see that the angle from my knees to my heels, as well as from my shoulders to my hips, should mimic each other. If your chest is falling down, you're collapsing forward, make sure to lift up. Feel that your waist is long and your front ribs draw in. Good. On your inhale, reach your arms up, sit a little deeper in your seat. On your exhale, stand up and draw your hands to your heart. Good. Lower down, reach up as you inhale. Exhale, stand up and draw your hands down to heart center. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand up. Breathe in, chair pose. Exhale, stand up. Let's take 4 more. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift, body's warming up. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, squeeze your glutes. 2 more, reach. Pull your hands to heart. Last one, sit back and stand up. Nice job. So if you need to move around in your legs a little bit, get some of the tension out, feel free. And then come to step to the top of your mat. As you arrive at the top of your mat, feet underneath your hips, inhale, reach up. Good, as you exhale, step your left foot back, and this time, you're gonna come onto the ball of your foot. So in the last video, we spiraled our heel down. In this lunge, we're going to keep the back heel up. So in this high crescent lunge, hug the inner thighs, zip the low belly, and then reach your arms overhead. There's a lot of similarities between our Warrior One and our high crescent. Strengthen through your back leg, lengthen up through your waist, and reach bright through your fingers. So we're using big muscles in our body. The big muscles in our body increase circulation. They also ask our body to take in more oxygen. So we need to take deep breaths. Good. Anytime you're using really big muscles for exercise, then you are just torching calories and you are increasing your body's ability to use oxygen, to feel really, really strong. And you might even notice that you're getting warmer or even sweating a little faster. Take another breath in. And then step up to the top of your mat and draw your hands to your heart. So that's a big step, and if you need to take a couple steps in those transitions, that's fine. Over time, no steps, one step, it's all gonna be easy for you. So we're just starting to build some muscle memory. Good. We'll take the other foot back, and remember, we're gonna come onto the ball of your foot. Keep the heel up. Taking a lunge back and not being able to see where we're going means that we have to start to rely on the body's ability of proprioception. And that means understanding where our body is in space without having to look at it. That is essential for balance and coordination, and it is something that gets better over time. So continue to challenge your ability to balance here. Reach your arms up and stay bright through your spine. Begin to draw the front ribs in. But instead of caving backwards, hug the front ribs in and lift your chest. That's where we start to feel the power of the midline of the body, igniting our core and feeling really big and bright. Continue to breathe. Feel your leg muscles begin to wrap to the bone. And as you do that, you might notice that my heel, I'm starting to kind of wiggle my foot back because I'm noticing, oh, I actually have more space. I can take up a little more space on the mat. So if you notice that you're getting a little deeper into your lunge, go for it. Take up some space and find out what your body can do. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, take your hands to your heart, step back up to the top of your mat. Good. Full breath in. Let's take an open mouth exhale. Great. On your inhale, reach your arms up. On your exhale, you're going to step your left foot back. This time, turn your back heel down and open up to the side. So this is Warrior 2. As we awaken the warrior, Warrior 2 is an essential pose. The front heel will bisect the back arch. For some people, a little bit wider is more comfortable. And for some people, right down the middle is a little more comfortable. Find what works for your hips. Strengthen down and back through the back leg, especially your back heel. Hug in and up through the pelvic floor muscles. So if you're new to yoga, identifying where those muscles are is a little bit tricky, but you want to feel as though you're lifting below the belly button right up. And from there, send the arms out to the side. So one of the biggest differences between Warrior 2 and Warrior 1 is first, this front hip is open. And second, the arms in Warrior 2 are out to the side. Just like you hug the leg muscles to the bone, make sure to wrap your arm muscles to the bone as well and take your gaze over your front middle finger. So in yoga, we call our gaze drishti. It helps us with our balance, and it also helps us to stay present and in the moment. So when you're in poses like Warrior 2 that are challenging, focus on one point, continue to breathe, and remember, it's all temporary. So any discomfort that you're feeling in your legs will go away very soon. 2 more breaths. Good. Step up to the top of your mat and take your hands to your heart. So again, that's a big step. And if you need to take 2 or 3 little steps in between, totally fine. Full breath in, reach up. And on your exhale, lunge your right foot back, connect your back heel down, and then open up to the side, Warrior 2. So here you can really focus on my front knee and see that it has this tendency when we're not engaged, when we get too loose, to just fall in, okay? We want to make sure that the knee tracks with the center of the foot. So one way to do that is to actually pay attention to what your back leg is doing as well. As you energize down through the back leg, you're going to be able to hug the glutes in and also stabilize down through the front heel. So you're really rooting into your feet. That's the foundation of all of our lunging and warrior postures, finding a strong, firm foundation in the feet. From there, lengthen up through the spine, and again, float the arms out to the side. Let your drishti, your focal point, be your front middle finger. And I like to imagine that everything else beyond it has just gone blurry. That's one thing to focus on. So often when we're starting a new exercise program or new yoga program, or even meditation, the hardest thing is staying focused. So this is simply training our brain to lock onto one thing and commit to it. Couple more breaths. Good. One more inhale. And on your exhale, step back up to the top of the mat. It's a big step. Use the inner thighs to hug them together. Great. So now we're going to link those postures, a little breath with movement. So it's important to find flow in our practice to help us stay in the moment, because some of these things are challenging. But when we step out of our comfort zone, that's where the change happens. So the change you want to see is always on the other side of that thing that's just a little bit too uncomfortable, right? So you go, ugh, I don't know if I want to. Know that this is the push to go just outside of your comfort zone so that you can really stick to your program and your goals. All right. On your inhale, reach your arms up. On your exhale, hands to heart and step your left foot back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, open, warrior two, back heel down, arms out to the side. On your inhale, reach your front arm straight up, a little modified reverse warrior. You don't have to go very far. And on your exhale, we're gonna come all the way to downward facing dog, which we did in the last video, and I'll take you through. Big breath. Exhale, hands down. Now step back, lift your tail to the ceiling and press into your palms. Send your thighs back and let your neck get long. So there's this down and up motion of downward facing dog. We're really rooting into our hands, engaging our legs, and finding a big spacious expansion down our hamstrings and all the way into the Achilles tendon. Let's take the other side. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Again, you can take many steps or one big step. Hands to your shins, halfway lift. Forward fold, bow, release your breath. Come all the way up, reach up. We'll do the other side, hands to heart, step your right foot back. Inhale as you reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two, back heel down, sweep the arms out to the side. A little modified reverse warrior, just reach straight up. Good, and then that exhale all the way to down dog. Cartwheel your hands to the floor, step your foot back. Press down into the perimeter of your palms, each of your base knuckles. Now wrap your biceps in towards your ears. Engage your leg muscles so your thigh bones work back, and release your heels low. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. We're going to do that flow one more time on each side. Look forward, step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift your chest and take a deep breath in. Forward fold, release your breath. Stand all the way up as you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hands to your heart and lunge your left foot way back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, big breath out. Last side, look to your hands. Step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Stand all the way up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Lunge your right foot back. Breathe in, reach up through your arms. Breathe out, warrior two, open up. Reverse your warrior, stretch to the ceiling. Downward facing dog, hands down, big step, and a couple breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, step forward. Take your feet a little bit wide and we'll come into a nice ragdoll variation of forward fold. Root down into your feet. Feet can be about hips width distance. Drape your belly to your thigh. Drop your head. And your hands can either touch the ground or you can grab for opposite elbows. Your legs do not need to be fully straight here. In fact, bending your knees here is actually going to pull a little bit of a stretch into the low back. So if you tend to get really tight in your low back, then just bend your knees and forward fold. So often we get really, really cramped up and locked, either locked in a long position or locked in a short position. And finding a nice release is a great way to start to bring a little more relief into the body and reduce joint pain. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, release your hands. Come down to a seat. You're going to bring your feet out in front of you. So after all of those lunging poses, I hope you feel that your legs and your glutes and even your core are really turned on. However, I want you to feel energized, but I don't want you to feel exhausted. I'm a personal trainer and I work with a lot of people who have weight loss goals. And what we really work a lot on is changing our body composition. So we want to increase our muscular strength and we want to decrease the way our body's holding on to fat. So we build our muscles in our exercise, but we really start to tone and release fat in the kitchen. So you don't actually have to go super duper hard in every single workout or you're going to burn yourself out and you might actually be introducing more cortisol and adrenaline into your body than you need. So 20, 30 minutes a day of really focused exercise might be all you need to start to kickstart a really great habit for you. And you're already doing it. So that's great. So let's come into boat pose. Boat pose might be new for you, so start with your toes docked. Take your hands behind your thighs, roll your shoulders down your back, and then just lean back a little bit until you feel your midsection kick on. If your hands feel pretty light here, you don't have to hang on for dear life, then float your toes, hug the knees towards the chest, and lengthen up through your spine. At any point, if you just want to dock your toes back down, that's fine. We're going to readdress this and many other core-focused postures in this course because core strength is essential for every exercise, for agility, for mobility, and for toning up our body in the ways that we want to see. Take one more breath in. Good, and on your exhale, release your feet down, your hands down, and let's roll all the way onto the back. It's good to arrive down on the ground. Take a moment. You can shake it out if you need to. Great, and then we'll revisit the supine twist that we did in the previous video and start to add on some options. So keep your left leg long on the ground and draw your right knee in. So finding just a little bit of compression in the right side body is great for digestion. It's also giving you a really sweet hip stretch. Good, from there, scoot your hips to stack and drop your right knee over towards the ground. It doesn't have to touch, you can always just let your toe touch. Wing the arms out. So you're wringing out the midsection, resetting the spine. We'll talk a little bit about detoxing and what that really means in this course, both the myths around it and how to actually do it. But when we think about the quality of twists, it is really stimulating for the digestive system, which is excellent and a benefit we all need, and it's helping reset our spine after our exercise. Great. Come back to the center. Switch sides. The right leg's gonna go long. Left knee comes in. Give it a little hug. Find that sweet hip stretch. Should feel really good. And then stack the hips and twist. So again, your toe can touch down, your knee doesn't have to. Wing the arms out. Sometimes our culture is a little bit aggressive when it comes to workouts. I used to be that way. I thought everything had to be harder. And if I wasn't miserable, I wasn't doing it right. And the truth is, you can actually enjoy your yoga practice. You can enjoy movement. You can find a lifestyle that you actually crave. The best way to stick with any program is to give yourself a long period of time, like 30 days or more, to make really good habits. And then be patient with yourself as you start to see the small changes creep in. But the good news is when you do practices like this, where you are using the big muscles of your body, you're awakening your metabolism and you're building more energy for your entire day. Come back to the center, hug your knees into your chest. Good. Release out to Shavasana, and again, you have a couple options there. So if you're working with any low back pain today, I encourage you to stamp your feet and knock your knees together. If you can spread out nice and long, send your legs out, reach your arms out, and be flat. Close your eyes and start to hear your own breathing. Getting in touch with your breath here in Shavasana is one of the best gifts that you can give yourself for your day. It's a little nugget of self-care that will help you relax your mind, slow down your nervous system, and bring a little bit of softness and ease into tender muscles and joints. Good. As you continue to take deep breaths, begin to consider all of the effort that you've put into your yoga practice today. Yoga is definitely not all about physical activity. It's also about balancing out our mind, learning to be really friendly with ourselves and compassionate towards ourselves during the process. When we start to care for and love ourselves better, we're able to care for and love other people better. So simply by tuning into this video and taking part in this entire program, you are starting to bring healthy habits into your life, and most likely that influence will start to rub off on all of the people you love around you. Good. Take another breath in. A big breath out. Roll over to your side, warrior. Good. And then press yourself up to a seat. So come up to a seat, take your hands to your heart. Just like I mentioned in the first video, in every class we do together, we're going to take a moment for gratitude, to be grateful for what our mind, our body, and our spirit can do. So this hand gesture right here at your heart center is a signal to be grateful and thankful for the effort, the hard work that you put in today, and I sure am glad that you did. As we continue on this course, our very next video, we're going to tackle brain training. Sometimes we feel like we're fighting our body when we're going into a weight loss goal, or we're battling our bulge, or we're starting to basically create really ugly language about our body and how we look. But yoga is all about creating a positive brain-body balance so that we start to crave movement and we are bringing in a nervous system that feels calm, balanced, and ready to tackle anything. So I can't wait to see you in the next video. And until then, the Divine Light in me honors and salutes the Divine Light in you. Namaste. Today's bonus tip is all about fueling your body. In fact, throughout these 30 days, you're going to get quite a few tips and tricks for fueling your body. Because anytime you take on more physical activity, you can guess that you'll be extra hungry. So we want to make sure that what we put in our body is used as fuel and that we feel optimal with it. Today's tip is really simple, and you probably saw this one coming. It's all about water. You've probably heard before that you need to drink more water. Most of us do. So if you've heard this tip before, why don't you do it? I think it's because a lot of us don't make a game plan for water. We just sort of think of it as just one of those other things that we'll naturally do in our life, and we end up not doing it. So I'm here to give you some simple, easy to follow steps to ensure that you get more water every single day. But before we get into that, why do you need to drink more water? One, water is absolutely going to support any physical goal that you have, be it weight loss all the way to any athletic endeavor. So we need it. Our body is primarily made of water. Dehydration is no bueno. You definitely don't want to be dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, your brain doesn't function as well. You can even feel depressed when you're dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, your body is just not operating optimally. When you are hydrated, your body has what it needs to fire neurons the way that they need to. So literally your nervous system needs the proper levels of hydration. Your muscles will feel less sore and less fatigued if you have proper hydration levels after your workout and during your workout. And it even is a mood booster. So you're sold on water, right? We need it. Definitely going to increase your water intake. Well, how do you do it? Simple things. First thing you drink in the morning, a big glass of water. So before your coffee, water, and then coffee. Second way you do it, before every single meal, make sure that you drink a glass of water. That's pretty easy. Even if you go out to a restaurant, you can just ask for water, and a lot of times they fill up the water right away. Let's say you're out with friends and you're going to get a glass of wine. Just make sure that you're pacing water and wine step for step so you don't get too dehydrated. And then, last thing before you go to bed, have some water near you. Obviously don't chug it unless you want to get up in the middle of the night, but have some water available in case you tend to get thirsty. We lose a lot of water when we sleep, so making sure that we stay hydrated throughout our day, at the end of the day, and especially at the beginning of our day is going to help us make sure that we feel really, really good. And the last tip I have for you is get a water bottle. Just carry one with you, fill it up regularly, and instead of worrying about how many ounces did I drink, just fill up your water bottle 2-3 times a day, and I bet you're gonna feel better in no time. I'm so glad that you're joining me for this 30-day challenge. I'm excited to be there with you the entire way through, and I'll see you in the next video.
Get back to basics with the Couch to Confidence series, a 14-day complete beginner program from Julia Marie Yoga. Now streaming on Amazon. Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.